Hi there, it's Moira McDonald. Hello. I have a custom order. I nearly said hobo junk journal. It's a boho junk journal. I keep getting it wrong. As I said, it's a custom order, and well, this is really just to show you. Hopefully the lady will like it. In terms of size, it is 5.5 by 7 7/8, give or take. Closure is sari silk, and I've done a wee boho button, not button, what am I talking about, a boho bead that's just attached with one of those wee pins. So let's just get straight in. I'll need to take some of the wee threads off this because this sari silk gets everywhere. Right, so the book. Wait a minute, I might need to move back a wee bit, I thought, so I can get it all in. Right, I think that's us, near enough. Right, so we'll have a quick look at it anyway. There's one signature. Inside there is a kind of pink fabric, and on top of it, because you could see the glue marks through it, I added this lace just to kind of distract from the glue marks, and it looks pretty good. Plus I've sewn round the edges with black thread. I'm not the best sewer in the world, but believe you me, this is not coming off. Right, first page, wee collage. We've got a piece of ephemera that's a page from an old magazine. Oh, incidentally, this is a box that's been repurposed with the boho fabric at the front and the pink fabric and lace on the inside. Old postage stamp, piece of boho fabric here, a wee piece of lace, same lace as this, and another wee kind of floral applique on top of it, and there is a scrap on top of the magazine page. Next page is the kind of boho fabric, no not fabric, boho paper that came from one of those, Tracy Fox had done a video where she'd went shopping in the range, and I saw this paper and just had to get it. So it's a sheet of that. Got a sheet of ledger paper here. Over here, a wee piece of boho fabric and one of those wee puff flowers that I did, with just normal fabric that's got a wee kind of lilac-y flower in it that matches quite well with the lilac here in the boho fabric. That's all sequiny, that, can you see that okay? Over the page, first tuck spot, and it's one of those wee envelopes that I make with a spare bit of paper, and what we have is a wee, sorry it's very bright today, it's a wee tag that I've made with a piece of fabric and 5 wee vintage buttons, because I've got so many. Just a wee tag, like a wee kind of bookmark. There's a wee piece of vintage ephemera that is a digital print of something I've got myself, and I've distressed it using vintage photo ink. Vellum page here with just an image. It's duplicated so that the other side's the girl facing the other way, and you'll see that later in the book. Postcard and a couple of old, well that's an old scrap, and that's a Tim Holtz stamp that's been die cut there. Hope you're getting this okay, because it is so bright today. Another piece of that paper, and here we've got a vintage postcard, piece of boho fabric down the bottom there, you get actually the wee glimmer. German book, a beautiful vintage stamp from my good friend Pirio of Pirio's Blues, and an old scrap here. Over the page we have another tuck spot with one of these wee envelopes I make, and here I have a decoupaged napkin that has been embossed using an embossing folder. Tracy Fox did a video on the embossing of the tags like that, and another round tag that I made, die cut the image, then die cut a piece of Edith Holden, and then die cut card used some of the, you know how you get the gathered lace, I used some of that. My friend Vera Uke, who won my first giveaway, had sent me very kindly a number of these laces, so they're really good for doing round tags, just being able to attach them to the edge. Music paper here, again it's vintage music paper from an old book I got recently. I die cut using the paper pad again, a doily. Here I have a piece of boho fabric. I have cut out using a die a section of an old letter that I digitally had run off. Stamp down here that I cut out, stamp here, that's a Kaisercraft stamp. I don't think this is one of these ones that I got through Wish. Tiny image of France from, I don't know if you'll see it very well, it's from the Graphics Fairy, and that's a scrap there. That's the dog falling off the couch. Oh, over the page, I did the thing again. I think it was in either the last book or the book before. It's kind of like an open envelope, and I've put a wee tag on it with memories, and these are like tickets that have fallen out, and I've just stuck, I mean it's all stuck down. It's not a tuck or anything like that, but it just looks like, you know, somebody's kept tickets from somewhere they've been as one of their memories, and it's fallen out on the page. Another Kaisercraft stamp here, stamped on a craft card and then just stuck onto the book. Another page of that kind of ethnic paper. Another wee stamp down here. Another piece of that ephemera that I cut out up there with a couple of little digital images. The digital images are just, you know, shrunk down pictures that I've got or that are available in my Etsy shop. Here is a wee kind of snippet style tag with laces, and it starts off with, what do you call it, burlap, then a piece of muslin, some lace, and then it's kind of ivory lace and green lace, and then a couple of wee green buttons. And that came from an idea from Shabby Dabby Doodah, who did a video showing quite a number of these, and it was something I liked. I did a few at the time, and this is one that I hadn't used yet, so I thought I would use it in this book. Here that's another one of those pages from that book, and what I did was actually die cut a hole in the centre and used an acetate image of a kind of gypsy girl underneath that. It's stuck down, can't get into that. On this page, just stamped the word love, and I've got We're First, what are they called, tip-ins. Actually stuck this one just a wee bit squint, so to kind of distract from that, I used one of those wooden butterfly buttons that's green and went really well with this kind of teal coloured fabric here. And I also added some stickles to the wee butterfly, just to kind of add to the sparkle and shine on this page. It's a very pretty page. Right, so over we go. We stamp here, live with no excuses, love with no regrets, and that's a Bee Crafty, B-E-E Crafty. It's a British company. If you're interested in having a look at them, they do quite a variety of different types of stamps, but they're very good. Book page here, it's the French book. Another vellum page here that I digitally did, and a page of the ledger paper. Here just a vintage image of a very colourful young lady. It's obviously been either painted or it's been digitally coloured, I'm not sure, not by myself. And some other ephemera, a wee bit of cheesecloth up the top there. Scrap down the bottom there, German book page, and that's the centre of the signature. Now at this stage I'm going to probably tie these in a knot. I haven't done it, I mean I've tied them, but I've not tied, I'll tie them in a bow or whatever. And I'll get that after. Another wee scrap up here of a hat with some flowers on it. Over the page, some lace that Perio sent me, and then some lace and ribbon that Lisa Owen, my other friend Lisa Owen, sent me. Old scrap here, and a couple of digital images that I've just shrunk down. That's the vellum again. French book page. Oh goodness, a page with nothing on it that you can write on. Another tuck spot here, and it's one of my little concertina style tags. And what I've done, it's kind of themed around sewing, as if the young girl who has the book is, you know, thinking of an outfit she can make for herself, and there are some wee snippets of fabric that she's gathered together to judge which one she wants to use, and she's put the word beautiful at the end to sum up how she feels about the outfit she's going to make. That's a piece of a pattern that came in a parcel that was wrapped up using this paper from the very lovely Edwina Kinch, who has a giveaway at the moment, or a kind of competition if you like, where you have to send in a card to her, if you have a look on Edwina's channel. Another wee piece of ephemera here that I've just shrunk down. Over the page, some stamping. These are, I think is it Visible Image, I think they're called. Can't remember. British company again. Here is my favourite word, believe. Stamped this on craft card using Distress Oxide, and it's the stamp itself was a wee bit wet, so the oxide really, you know, it shows up the mark. And on top there's a piece of ephemera for a new watch, which I thought was quite appropriate because there's a wee watch down the bottom there. Over the page, never regret something that made you smile, and a wee stamp away in the corner. These are Be Crafty stamps again. Another wee tuck spot here. You can, if you want, put something in here, but it need to be something very, very small because it's not very big and certainly not very wide. One of those Rolodex cards that I do, and another wee piece of paper ephemera. Over the page we've got another stamp that Perio sent me, along with some music paper and a scrap of a butterfly. And this is the next tip in, which is a variety of boho type. Oh, I can see a wee sequin slipping down into the edge of the book there. Some more kind of boho fabric that I've just glued together to form the tip in. Over the page, that's Leave Your Fears Behind. I think that's Visible Image again. Here we have that doily, music paper, down here piece of ephemera, scrap of a shoe with flowers, and this is a digital image of an old greetings card that I've got. Over here I had stuck down this one of the papers from that paper pad, and it happened that I had some big peacock feathers which are actually intended to be used as embellishments, necklaces or something like that. So they've got fitted with little hook and eye at the bottom. So I've added a wee kind of boho type sparkly charm in the colours of the feather down the bottom there, so it hangs out the book. That's the other vellum page there. Here's another one of these. I've printed that on acetate, that girl there. Just made a hole in the paper. And another wee tuck here. Another one of these circular tags. I used some yellow lace from Vera on this one. Pretty much the same idea. It's got Edith Holden and just normal paper, normal card, and a kind of snippet tag here of laces, and I've done the laces in boho colours. You've got a very light blue, a kind of royal blue, very vibrant pink, and a dark navy blue at the bottom. Some cream coloured appliques there and a kind of off-white applique, and I've added some wee sequins in teal, silver and pink. When I say pink, I'm meaning a kind of cerise to go with this lace here. And over the page we have an old image, wee tiny piece of boho fabric here, and some of the trim with the leaves on it. And as always, there's extras in the book. We've got a decoupage tag. It's some different book papers, and then I just decoupaged some rice paper on top of it, and it's got a bit of sari silk in the same colour as the tie of the book. Then one of these boho envelopes that I made, a la Patricia Viramontes. It's book paper, you know, like a couple of pages of book paper stuck together. There's nothing in it incidentally, but you can use it. And then I've gone over that with, what do you call it, some pattern paper. And the top has a scrunched up tea bag just for extra texture, a wee wooden butterfly that I have stickled. It's got a velcro closure, and in terms of fabric, it's boho fabric here and a couple of wee bits that were excess trims from one of the other books that I'd done in the past. And there's also this, which is inspired by Sagita. It is a kind of, it's an envelope. What I've done is I have glued, I distressed it, tea stained it. It's also been stained using kind of, what do you call it, the spray stuff that makes it go all shimmery, mica powder stuff. So it's been done with that. We've got some old like scrapbooking paper which was distressed. I've added some texture here using, what do you call it, some corrugated card, piece of cheesecloth here with the image. I tore around the image to make it look old. Piece of a doily, which again I inked up to make it look older, and some inked up lace down the side here. Different types of paper just torn and added on, and then some gesso over the top to give it the old look. Likewise on this, it's a variety of different papers that have been torn, and then that's a tea bag. So it can be used as it is an envelope, so you can just open it up, throw your stuff in it, and then tie it with a wee bit of string. What's her name, Shabby Dabby Doodah, quite often does things tied with string, so I just thought it was a nice addition to that. So that's it, that's the book. I was going to say it's plain in the back. Nothing is plain in this book. This book is ultra sparkly. There's your wee beads falling off from the end of that peacock feather. And there is, oops, see there's two, this is the problem with these sari silks. They've got hundreds and hundreds of wee spare threads in them. I might cut all of these off. That would drive me nuts. Because they catch and everything. Right, there you go. So anyway, that's the book. As I said, it's a custom order. Hopefully the lady likes it, in which case that's it away. If she doesn't like it, then it'll be for sale in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop, incidentally, I have changed the name. I figured calling it Bygones Cards when I'm not really making a lot of cards. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still selling them, the ones that are in the shop, but in the main it's now Bygones Era, because I figured that could cover a lot of old stuff. So I'll just need to get it updated a wee bit, because I've not had time to do it because I've been so busy with this book. So that's us. Anyway, thank you very much. Thanks for watching and joining me. I have another wee custom order to work on next, so I'll get started on that in the next day or so. And when that's done, I'm planning on taking a wee break just to try and do some ephemera. rather than diving into another journal, because I'm finding myself quite spent in terms of ideas. It's, you know, you do, especially when you're doing collages, it gets to the stage where it's quite difficult to come up with ideas, because I don't like to repeatedly use the same stuff. I like to kind of shake things up and change things around a bit if I can, and I just feel tired, quite frankly, in terms of doing that. So I'll take a wee break for that for a week or two, and then throw myself back into journals, hopefully. So if I come up with any great plans when I'm doing the ephemera, I'll run a wee video. In the meantime, thank you very much for your support as always. I'll look forward to everybody's comments, and I shall speak to you all hopefully in the not too distant future. So bye bye, bye, bye.